So Michigan's football team recently fired their coach. Let's see what happened.
I honestly didn't know God made people this stupid. This is the Shannon Sharp situation all over again. Shannon Sharp 2.0. How do y'all continue to allow yourselves to get finessed and tricked out of millions of dollars by college scallywags? Sherrone Moore was given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity by Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh was the head football coach of Michigan. However, he got an NFL gig. So while leaving to go take the NFL head coaching job, he personally handpicked Sherrone to take over for him because he believed in Sherrone. He believed that he could be the man for the job. And, he told the university that they should honor his request and make Sherrone the head coach. Despite being a married man with 2 daughters, he decided the first thing he was going to do with his new opportunity was to throw it all away by getting involved with an executive assistant. This was a clear and flagrant violation and mistake for obvious reasons. One of the biggest reasons being she was literally his employee and he had influence over her salary. Due to the clear and obvious imbalance of the power dynamics at play here, no matter how much this chick consent, she would always be viewed as the victim. And forget about how you put the school at risk of a possible lawsuit. Think about yourself. Think about how vulnerable the position you put yourself in. No matter how much this chick consents, no matter how much she tells you she loves you, she can wake up one day and claim victimhood and take you for everything you got because you were her boss and you was in charge of how much she was getting paid.
100%, because if she ever gets upset and she don't get her way, she can always threaten or reveal what's been going on between the two of you. She can always threaten or reveal it, so it's never a good idea whatsoever.
She was benefiting more than he was. Now, I don't know how crazy her sloppy toppy was or, like how crazy the box was, but this chick was taking this dude to the cleanest, man. All right, so if you look at her salary when John Harbaugh was there, Jim Harbaugh, I should say, she was making $58,000, right? She had a 0% increase for the 2023 year. But when he took over, when he became the head coach, she jumped 55% in 1 year. She went from $58,000 to $90,000 in a year. Whatever box she was giving him, whatever sloppy toppy she was giving this dude, bruh, it was clearly worth it, man, because this dude lost his mind. You couldn't make it more obvious, man. Right? What job duties was this chick doing that warranted a 55% increase in her pay scale?
I mean, it's obvious what job she was doing. You know what I mean? She was not doing it for free. She was taking care of him, and he was taking care of her. There's a lot of ways you can trick.
But this dude was getting so comfortable and so relaxed, he was feeling like a king on campus, that he began to be in an open with this. Like, he was no longer hiding it. Like, kids was literally sending pictures to each other of this dude and her, like, walking seemingly romantically all across campus. Bro was too comfortable, man. Chilling out in public, right? Now, apparently this person says that they sent this photo of Sherrone Moore walking past their house on campus April 16th of 2024. So this apparently been a thing. I've seen a couple of old tweets where people was like, no, I seen an old tweet from a month ago where somebody was saying, yo, Sherrone Moore has been cheating on his wife with his executive assistant. So this was already bubbling on campus. Now, him being sloppy, him being careless, finally caught up to him because he was ultimately fired yesterday. But instead of taking his firing, right, with some type of integrity and principles, because you know you did wrong, all right, he decided he was going to fully crash out.
Breaking news in college football. Michigan has fired head football coach Sherrone Moore for cause. The school said that an investigation found that Moore had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore had been suspended for 3 games and given a 2-year show cause order for his part in the school's scouting and sign stealing scandal just a few years ago. Senior college football writer Pete Thamel is all over this story and joins us now. What details do you have about this investigation and which led to this firing?
Yeah, Kevin, this is something that's been percolating at Michigan for the last couple weeks. There was initial flurry of speculation and an early investigation that died down toward the end of the regular season. There had been a lot of uneasiness on the Michigan staff. Sources had told me Sherrone Moore had been acting strange, berating assistant coaches, not acting in a normal way. I mean, it is rare that you get a statement like the one Michigan had, being as explicit as they are, saying it was an inappropriate relationship with a staff member that led to Sherrone Moore's firing. He would have been owed, Kevin, more than $12 million on the 3 years remaining on his initial contract. Michigan will not pay him that money as they're firing him for cause.
Bro, he lost over $12 million over some bro. Shannon Sharp just lost like $23 million. You're going to follow right after that. You didn't learn from Shannon Sharp's situation. You're going to lose over $12 million over some white pussy.
Moore was fired by the university and then hours later was detained. Now, the university is saying that he was dismissed after an investigation found that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, which led to his dismissal. Now, Michigan's athletic director said that Moore was terminated after an internal investigation found, quote, credible evidence that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, a clear violation of university policy.
She is not worth $13 million. She is not worth $13 million. No way. I'm not risking $13 million for... Nah, she is not worth $13 million, bro. Why would you jeopardize $13 million over a female staffer? With $13 million, you can get way better business.
So after he got fired, after it became perfectly clear he then lost his $13 million, instead of taking accountability, he decided he was going to blame everything on the executive assistant. Because essentially, it was kind of her fault that they got caught, okay? So Michigan did their investigation once tips came in. They found no wrongdoing. They didn't find any proof of inappropriate relationship between Paige and Sherrone Moore. Now, I'm sure that was a lie. I'm sure Michigan found proof, but they wanted to sweep it under the rug instead of addressing a scandal that was on campus. So they swept it under the rug. However, Paige apparently got pregnant, and Paige told Sherrone that she was pregnant. And Sherrone been trying to get Paige to get rid of it. However, Paige did not want to get rid of it because why would you abort the baby of a man who is due $13 million, right? As a broke college student. Well, we're not really broke. She's making $90,000, but still, like, as a man, it ain't $13 million. So why would you abort it? So because she refused to abort it, Sherrone been stalking her, been harassing her, been trying to get her to abort it. So eventually, an anonymous tip came in to Michigan, letting Michigan know, hey, yo, Paige is pregnant. Once they got that tip, they could no longer ignore it. They could no longer sweep it under the rug because if this chick is pregnant, this is going to be a bigger situation. So ultimately, that was the catalyst for him getting fired. He now blames her and believes that she's the one who tipped off the university and let them know that she's pregnant. So after he got fired, he popped up to her crib. Apparently, he popped up to her crib with a knife. And he put the knife to her throat and his throat, and he was threatening to do things to her. But ultimately, he never did it. He ultimately left and went to a church where apparently he was going to do something very harmful to himself. However, the wife got wind of this, called the police, and police was able to go ahead and go to the church and get him.
See, when it's all falling apart, the wife is still there. She's still there. Not the young, hot thing who don't give a about you. She don't care about nothing but the bag. She's there to secure the bag. That's it. She don't give a about you, boy.
153 for domestic. Subject just called the caller, told her there's a male at the location and the house attacking her. The state's been stalking her for months. For the Pittsfield unit's reference to domestic, we just get a call from S1's wife in Ann Arbor saying that the subject is suicidal. Reference losing his job today.
Suicidal.
Lust will be the downfall of a lot of you guys, bruh. You got to learn how to control your lust. At some point in your life, you got to learn how to control your lust, especially when you're in a position of power. When you have power, when you have everything to lose, when you are the breadwinner, when you have a lot of people counting on you, not just those children he recruited to the school, not just those football players, not just the parents who he looked in their eyes and promised to take care of their kids when they come to campus, but he had his own family counting on him. He probably paid his mama bills, his daddy bills, his family bills. He probably take care of everyone in his family. He's probably a first-generation millionaire in his family. And he threw that all away for some coochie.
Yeah, let's see what Shannon Sharp had to say. You know, he can relate.
And I can imagine 6-7 months ago, I went through something very similar. So I know what that storm is like.
Yes, sir.
And unless you've been in it, that's why when people say, this is what I would do, you don't know what you would do until you in it. Until you in that pressure cooker, until you in the eye of the storm.
Yes, sir.
Until you in Ocho, you and I have had a conversation. So
Yes, sir.
I know. To be in that storm, and
Crazy.
to know everybody know everything that you worked your entire life for. You feel it like it's crumbling right before your eyes.
You gone.
Yeah. And the only people that's gonna be there, is gonna be a select few.
That's the power of that pussy. Too many niggas lost their jobs. Too many niggas are dead. Too many niggas in prison over that pussy, man. You gotta control yourself out here. Shout out to him, though. I'm sure he's gonna get another opportunity, maybe as an assistant coach. He'll be all right. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out the other videos on the channel, and I'll see y'all next time.